Spotlight now on our big story this evening. Well, Swiggy Instamart has expanded now to 76 plus cities across the country and will now soon be available as a standalone app. Now, as one of Swiggy's flagship services, Instamart will continue to be accessible via Swiggy's unified platform. Sriharsha Majetti has said, and I quote, while it's been clear for a while now that Swiggy Instamart is set to match food delivery in size, recent developments show that it's on track to surpass food delivery in both penetration and scale. Now, there is another announcement, ladies and gentlemen, that came in from Swiggy today around combating food wastage. The company has announced Swiggy Serves, and I caught up with the CEO of Swiggy's food marketplace, Rohit Kapoor, to talk about that and, of course, on the 10-minute food delivery service Bolt and the company's expansion plans as far as 10-minute delivery is concerned. Let's take a look at what Rohit had to say.
I think this is overall platform we are building on Swiggy Serve, where we want to address some of the issues. Look, we can't address every issue in this country, but we have a large presence. We have a privilege to have presence across 700 cities. We partner with lakhs of restaurants. We have just a reach, right, which is quite valuable. And there are issues like, for example, we are picking up hunger, malnutrition, where this idea is pretty simple. Swiggy Serve is the overall umbrella which will lead such initiatives. But on this one, I think we've partnered with Robin Army, which is a volunteer organization, and they do a fabulous job in a variety of areas. Plus, a whole bunch of restaurant partners have come together, right, to ensure that food, for example, when the order is getting cancelled, what happens to the food, yes, right? Or there are other sources of food wastage which is happening in restaurants. So, through this, the ambition is by 2030 to deliver maybe at least 50 million meals, right? And who knows, this number can change as we see more scale, more success. Already thousands are being done every day. And the kind of excitement I'm seeing from restaurant partners when we have launched this is incredible. And the best part is there's no commercial motive play here, because we are actually investing on technology. There's no charges, anything. Robin Army is a completely volunteer organization. The restaurant partners are coming forward and saying, look, we were frankly wasting this food because of whatever reason, and we have an avenue to let it out and serve people. That's great.
Okay, so that's a great initiative as far as tackling food wastage is concerned. But Rohit, also help us understand your foray into Bolt, into the 10-minute food delivery service. After quick commerce, food delivery timelines are also getting shorter. But how are you going to execute this?
It's already getting executed. So it's now, I think the execution is past test in a way. We launched it in early October, I remember. Yes. We've scaled it to 400 cities. So it's not just getting executed in one locality in X city or Y city. Is actually pan-India pretty much for us, right? The response from partners is fantastic. Consumers is very good. I think we're tracking. And the simple part is it's operationally very complex, but it's a simple idea. It's the same menu. So if you're ordering on McDonald's, or if you're ordering on Starbucks, or if you're ordering on any of the, let's say, the local biryani brand, you're getting the same menu. But it's a subset of the menu which is quite popular but has short shelf life, as in short time to prepare, right? Not shelf life, short time to prepare actually. And the distances are short. So from that place, we are not serving more than, let's say, 2 kilometers. So I think that's how it's working, and I think the execution is going very well. The consumer love is amazing. It is the same food which was coming from restaurants earlier in 30-40 minutes, because of the re-architecting of the program is going in 10 minutes. And look, consumers have shown in India that anything which gets supplied to them faster, they tend to like it, and they don't like it just because it's fast, right? And that's a fallacy. They like it because it solves a problem.
Absolutely.
I'll give you an example. We all know that in the morning when you leave the office, you get rushed. कुछ ना कुछ लेट हो जाता है, तैयार होने में लेट हो गया, कुछ हो गया. And if you have a 40-minute time, you won't order something. But let's say if you're ready and you have 20 minutes to leave and something comes in 10 minutes, you'll order a coffee, you'll order something, you'll actually feed yourself. You're back home after a hard day's work, you're hungry, right? You'll order if it comes fast, right? Lunchtime, you just have a half an hour window, right? And we've all been there.
So is speed going to be the differentiator? Is that what you're...
It's fresh food. It is the same food which is on the menus coming to you faster, yes. It just open up more consumption.
So what are your expansion plans, especially as far as Bolt is concerned? And are you going to expand it to, many other cities? And of course,
look, I think 400 cities is a lot. 400 cities pretty much covers most of the India where we want to be. But I think we will expand to more slots. So you'll find it at late night, you'll find it early morning. We'll expand to pretty much every part of the 400 cities we are in. So there's a lot of optimization left. But in terms of city expansion, I think we're already there. We just went from 0 to 400 cities in less than a month.
Wow. Okay, so will it be able to supersede quick commerce as a vertical?
Different completely. I think quick commerce is a very large opportunity by itself because what is quick commerce was earlier only grocery, now it is multiple other categories, right? So that's a very large category. I don't think this is competing or anything. It's just a separate use case which consumers have. And we have taken a lot of learnings from what we do in quick commerce because I also run the logistics for the company entirely. I think the learnings are common, the principles are common. It gives a lot of confidence that we can do it. And I think execution is going quite well.
So help us understand the competitive intensity in this segment, because quick commerce is one segment that brokerages, investors, everybody has been really, really bullish on, and which is why we've seen a lot of, competition also get into this sector. A lot of new players are getting into the sector, and the SKUs are also increasing. How are you looking at competitive intensity, and how does it really change the retail landscape with respect to e-commerce?
Look, we are not a competitor-obsessed organization at all. That's not our DNA. We are a consumer-obsessed organization, right? We were born in competition. So it's a fact of life for us. Like when food delivery started 10 years back, now people forget there were 8 or 9 players, including well-funded global players. Amazon in India tried it, right? So I think being part of competitive market, like if you're doing something attractive and which is legs and which is scale, you will have competition, right? I think we don't think about too much because frankly, companies will come, companies will go. We'll have to do our job. I think 99% of my time and the management time goes in just talking to more consumers, understanding what can we add, what is not working. So competitive intensity is nothing. Is for analysts and journalists to spend a lot of time over. It's not for me.
Okay. Do you want to give us some numbers on your New Year orders? Because I remember when we spoke last, you mentioned that it is special events that really sort of, give you a massive bump so far as your orders and revenues are concerned. Do you want to give us a sense?
We had a record New Year for sure, right? I think also it was operationally the easiest New Year because we are so well prepared now that earlier when, especially 7 to 11 p.m., we used to see a huge spike in orders and sometimes orders will get delayed, etc. at scale. But this year was the calmest. I was in office till like midnight. And not because we want to be at office in midnight, because there's some... but this is one of those days when I think sees the most peak load. And senior people have to be involved to make sure that things are working well. I think just one of the most fabulous New Years, not just from volume standpoint, but the level of customer service we were able to deliver on that peak day.
Absolutely. And Rohit, just a final set of questions before we let you go. I want
Final
to...
question.
Yeah. What are some of the SKUs that you're looking to get into, and what is really the growth plan that you have? What are going to be the key focus areas for you in 2025?
Look, Bolt is one, for sure, right? Within food space. I think on Instamart, you will see more categories being added. They're already being added. I think that is not stopping. I think you just will see the SKU pod expansion happening in a significant way. You will see SKUs that a consumer gets to access on Instamart just growing in a disproportionate way. So there are some new launches which are very early for me to talk about, but there will be a time when...
When are they coming up? In the first half of the year, second half?
First half. Yeah, okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
On that note, thank you very much, Rohit, once again for speaking with ET Now.